Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel Physics Surgery, and here we are in the JEE Mains debated questions series in which I bring forward to you the previous JEE Mains question in which certain debate about the concept or the final key has been done by the students in our group. Okay, so I've shared this question from the 2021 paper about the electric flux passing through this shaded region due to a point charge placed at one of the corners of an imaginary cubical surface, right? So there was huge amount of response, and there was a poll about the answer, the final JE key that was given by NTA. And I just wanted to make a video to confirm what the final answer is and whether the four options that were given were correct or not. Okay, so we'll try to see the problem here for those who have not checked the community post. Okay, so we will investigate whether this problem can be solved without integration. That is obviously whether there is a symmetry associated with this, and try to achieve one of the four options in the exam conditions. Okay, and then finally check whether the NTS key is correct or not. Okay, so a charge q is placed at one corner of a cube as shown in the figure here. The flux of electrostatic field E bar through the shaded region that has mentioned is how much among the four options. Okay, so give it a try, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and that's how much you get in the JEE Mains examination approximately per question. So then you can go ahead with the concept that I am going to explain, and also certain practice problems at the end of the video to strengthen that concept. Okay, so I hope you have given it a try. Let's move forward. I would suggest that you watch a old video of mine on flux calculation in the alpha and omega series, that is the JEE Advanced Solution Papers series, in which I brought forward a 2015 JEE Advanced problem wherein I introduce a smart method to calculate the flux. Some of you might be aware of this because you have been watching this channel for a long time, and in case you are new, the video link of this particular problem, and also there are some practice problems there in that video at the end. So that one you can check in the description below or on the I button above. Okay, so I'll try to borrow a page from that video. Okay, so just to explain very quickly. So in that video, we solved for a very famous problem of a point charge which is placed at a corner of a cube, and we had to find out the flux through each of the faces. Okay, right. And we used the symmetry of building up the cubes by ensuring that the corner of one cube is actually center of a bigger cube. And we realized during that video that there are three non-touching faces. The one of the shaded ones is the non-touching face to this point charge, and there are three touching faces which are symmetrical to each of these sets. So independent of the size of the cube, the value of the flux total associated would be 1/8 of q by epsilon naught using this symmetry logic. And then we realized that three flux values of the touching faces, because the field lines graze that surface, it would be 0, and the shaded ones therefore uniformly distribute their values of q by 8 epsilon naught. So each of these shaded regions end up having a contribution of q by 24 epsilon naught. Okay, so that's what. If you want elaborate explanation, that previous video which I shared the link already in the description, please do watch it. Okay, so this was the gist I wanted to take from that video. So with that q by 24 epsilon naught for this shaded region that we already knew for a point charge placed here, I'll further use symmetry. Okay, so imagine this shaded region, I can divide it with one thin red color line like this, and think of this as two isosceles right triangles. So let me borrow it here. You could see that only this charge, this distance a from that shaded region has been reported in this particular picture. And because of the symmetry of these two areas 1 and 2, right isosceles areas, you could say this q by 24 that I got would be further divided equally into q by 48 epsilon naught each for each of these surfaces. Okay, this would be one of the surfaces that the JEE has shaded in the original question. Okay, so I hope you got this idea. Let me move forward now. Right, now let's do it a bit further. Okay, so imagine the original cube question that I've shown in the problem. If there is a point charge here, right, with that symmetry that I checked here, right, so this kind of symmetry, you can go ahead and make this top face, which is the non-touching face. So the entire top face will have a q by 24 epsilon naught, of which each of these, if I put a symmetry line like this for this point charge, you could see that it will have that 45-degree symmetry with these two faces. And also the same thing I can do for this side, okay, right, with a line like this. Then each of these four right isosceles triangles for this point charge would have a contribution of flux of q by 48 epsilon naught. But the problem is the original question was not about this line. On this side's face, if you carefully go back and check the picture, they have actually drawn this line. Okay, so let's try to see whether that also is a line of symmetry with respect to this charge. Okay, some of these two fluxes individually, I'm calling them as x and y contributions of flux, is q by 24 epsilon naught. But you realize that x value and y value are not equal to that q by 48 epsilon naught. And closer investigations will tell you that the solid angle associated with this point charge at this y area would be larger as compared to the x area. Okay, right. So therefore, these two are not equal, and the value of x is smaller than y, and q by 48 epsilon lies somewhere in between. Okay, which tells you that there is a certain problem in the solution or the key that was given by the NTA in the exam. Okay, so to compare it side by side, what was the intention and what was finally asked? Here's the left hand side, what they should have asked for the key that was given. Okay, so if this had to be a symmetry question, the shading in the original question should be done like this. You could see that this would have been a q by 48 epsilon naught. This also would have been a q by 48. So the entire shading would have given q by 24 epsilon naught. Whereas the asymmetric JE question, as you could see, there is a difference here. When once they have shaded this way, then the value of this 5 shaded is going to lie between these two numbers and not any one of those two. Okay, so no answer is among the options, but but they have given the answer as q by 24 epsilon naught. Okay, more important question is what's the actual answer, right? So that's where our problem solving skills get enhanced, and we'll also top it up with some practice problems. Okay, so here we go to the slightly more calculative part. Okay, to find the actual answer, what I'll do is I've borrowed the original question. Okay, right, and you'd see that my job would be done if I can get any of this x or y, because this top part, because of the symmetry between these two for this point charge, this top part's right isosceles triangle is q by 48 epsilon naught. But we already assured ourselves that each of these is not q by 48. So this x or y, if I can find out, because the sum is already known, I'll be able to answer it. So to find y, I take y. Okay, so I borrow the picture of y here, and I borrow the charge and its distance from that y surface. Okay, right? So I need to find this y. To make it more symmetric, let me complete a square here, so that this blue colored line is the line of symmetry for that square. So I build 4 such y's like this. Then what would happen to this surface? This would be a square surface. Only difference is that the side of the square, which is this line diagonal, is a root 2a. And therefore, it boils down to a problem where I have to find out flux due to a point charge at a distance a from the square of side root 2a, and it's lying on the line of symmetry. Okay, so are you ready for solving this one now? Okay, so slightly more tedious, not standard. Okay, so should not have been asked in JE because we don't get that much time to solve, and the integration is actually slightly tougher. Okay, so the general result for any rectangular plate, flux associated with a point away from it on the line of symmetry at a distance d. So the 3 parameters: a, length of the rectangle; b, the breadth; and the d, the distance of the point on the line of symmetry or the axis of that plate, is given by this expression. Okay, I'm saying there's no need to mug up this expression. It's not needed for JE. Then why are we doing this? To actually curiously find out what the answer is among the 4 options, because in community post, a lot of students wanted to know the answer. Okay, the value of the solid angle associated with this point subtended by this one is given by 4 cos inverse. Arc cos means cos inverse of this expression, where alpha beta fractions are defined by these factors. Alpha is a divided by 2d and beta is b divided by 2d. It's a nice symmetric expression actually, but the calculation, trust me, is long. And for those Olympiad aspirants who are very much interested in this calculation, I've shared the proof a PDF format in the description below for this derivation. Okay, so if you are interested in that integration and all that, right? It's not difficult, it's lengthy, that's it. So you can go and check that PDF file in the description below. Okay. From the solid angle, we all know, right, this part, green colored one, is the one that is needed definitely for JE, right? The value of the flux associated, once you know the solid angle, is given by the solid angle divided by 4 pi into q by epsilon naught. So I'll borrow this and try to see the answer in the case of that problem I built. Okay, so I borrowed this problem. Okay, this is what we were trying to solve for the value of y. Okay, right? And therefore here the rectangle has become a square. I'll try to generate the value of alpha and beta and use it in this formula. So the value of distance d is a, and a and b individually are root 2a. Therefore alpha and beta are 1 by root 2 each. So if you substitute alpha and beta as 1 by root 2, you would get the solid angle is this number. I'll change cos inverse to much familiar sine inverse 1 by 3. Sine inverse 1 by 3 is one of a very famous angles that you come across in certain problems in kinematics. Okay, so 4 sine inverse 1 by 3 is the value of the solid angle in steradians. And therefore, the value of 4y, which is the total flux, should be omega divided by 4 pi steradians into q by epsilon naught. Okay, so this should have been epsilon naught here. And therefore, the value of y comes out to be this number. It's not a very straightforward integer answer. So we already have seen that once you know the value of x, y that we calculated, x plus y was already calculated in the previous slide as q by 24 epsilon naught. So the value of x itself, remember this was shaded in the original question, right? So let me bring the original question here. So once you know x plus y is q by 24 epsilon naught, you can write the value of x from the value of y. So using the original picture, you could see this was the original picture. This is x, okay, right? And this upper one was already q by 48 epsilon naught. So the total answer is q by 48 epsilon naught plus this x, which I substitute here. So this is the original answer, or the final answer that was supposed to be given, but the JEE's intentions were different, and I was very much surprised about their key, and also more surprised that a lot of teachers and a lot of students jumped to conclusion without looking at or scrutinizing the actual symmetry. There was no symmetry in this original problem, but they were quick to conclude that the answer is this, and they also came up with that final key. Okay, so let's try to have a correct question as practice problem for a change. Okay, so this is the practice problem I would like you to take up, and this is at the JEE advanced level. Okay, right, so you can read the information that is given here as it is. For those people who are not good with 3D geometry or 3D coordinate geometry, I tried to draw the picture depicting this problem. Okay, and in this picture, which is the general one for L, A, and H, I'm asking you to assume L is A and H is A by root 3, and provide me with your answer for this flux question for the charge placed here, along with the timestamp, right? Comment the answer below, I'll respond. In case you struggle, again, I'll try to make up a solution for this in the physics quickies series. Okay, right? So let's move forward. And you want more practice problems and you're new, this particular video, old video that I already talked about, has a lot of practice problems at the end. So please do check out those practice problems on the electric flux. That's why I'm not including more problems here. Okay, if you're old student and you are already done with all these practice problems, there are more practice problems in the Discord server, right? And I'm sharing one of the examples of how students also share the practice problems, which are nice and good and toppers doubts, you could say. Right, here is a problem shared in our Discord server by a student, a simple snapshot. He's asking what is the electric field at a point A on a hemispherical surface of surface charge density sigma. Okay, there is a mistake in the original question which I tried to correct, and my replies will be below. And along with that, I have given the proper discussion and the solution without using integration, mind you. And not just me, there are students who actually reply, and students have great discussions, and there are separate topic wise channels, and electrostatics one channel, etc., etc. So you need to visit our Discord server to check out what are all these discussions about. Okay, so if you are new and you want to know about how to join and how to use our Discord server, I already made a tutorial video on that. So please do check the link of that video in the description below or the I button above. All your doubts will be clarified and you'll have a great time there preparing for your JEE and Olympiad examinations. Okay, so please do watch the rest of the JEE mains debated questions. There are a lot of concepts, not just for mains, also for advanced, and rest of the series I have written only 4 of them. There are many more that are running parallelly in this channel, so links of those things are in the description below. So please make sure you enjoy those things, and please don't forget to like, and we have certain target likes. Once this particular video reaches 500 likes, I'll immediately upload a next one, and next one I'm probably thinking of uploading the JEE advanced solutions debated questions. Okay, right? So alpha and omega series, I know you people like it a lot. I'll come up with more practice problems also through that particular video. So the likes are very important for the survival of this channel, so please do hit some like buttons there, and also share the content, right? It would keep the channel going. Thanks for staying this long, and see you in the next awesome video.